Hi guys, Stephen Schwar here from First Inventory. So what is a check-in? Now some people get a bit confused over what a check-in actually is. Now a check-in is a procedure. It's not the same as an inventory report. The inventory report is usually done shortly before the start of the tenancy, sometimes even on the same day. But the check-in side, you earn a fee for the inventory report, but the check-in, for which you can get another fee, is a procedure. It's when you meet the new incoming tenant at the property, you explain about the inventory report, you take them around the property, you do a walkthrough, show them all the rooms of the property, pointing out any defects or problems or issues there are. You also show them and agree the meter readings for the gas, for the electricity and the water. So you show them the meters, you agree the readings of the meters and so forth, and you also detail the key list, so the keys that are going to be handed over to the tenant. All this is in the inventory report. So the check-in is done after you've compiled the inventory report, so you've either dictated it or you've entered it into an app on your tablet or smartphone. But the check-in procedure is to meet the tenant and just explain about the inventory procedure and explain how important it is that they sign the document once it's ready. Now, the check-in might, on a two-bedroom flat, perhaps take 15, 20 minutes. It's a very short procedure and it doesn't take long to do. And sometimes it immediately follows the inventory report compilation. So you might be booked to do an inventory report, you start that at 10 o'clock, maybe you finish that by say 11 or 11:30, and then 11:30, an agreed time, the tenant turns up, they're meeting you, you introduce yourself, you explain you're the inventory clerk, you explain about the inventory report. I usually ask the tenant whether they've rented before, do they know what an inventory report is. If they do know what an inventory report is, then that makes the procedure much more straightforward, because if they've rented before, they know the routine. If they're a first-time tenant, then you might need to go into a little bit more detail, just explaining that they need to sign the report once it's emailed through to them, and that they have 7-10 days to do so. It depends on the agency that they're renting the property through. And that's the procedure. So once you've done that, it might take 15-20 minutes, perhaps on a two-bed unfurnished flat. It doesn't take very long at all. You earn a nice fee for it, maybe in London, probably a check-in fee, could be 90, maybe £100 in some cases. And that's in addition to the fee that you charge for the inventory report, which on a two-bedroom flat might be another £140. So it's a nice earner, and for the time involved in it, it doesn't take very long at all. So if you're doing, two or three of these bookings a day, doing that sort of money for that sort of size flat in London, then it can be great money that you're making for a whole day's work. So anyway, that's what a check-in is, and there's a lot of confusion around over the difference between a check-in and an inventory report, but I think we've clarified that now. If you've got any questions, you want to know a little bit more, you've got anything you want to know about check-ins or inventories or check-outs and so forth, give me a call. Best number to get me on is my mobile, which is 07778 58 440. It's Stephen at First Inventory. If you've got any questions at all about getting involved in the industry, the different report sides, anything that you've been wondering, whether you can come into this industry, do you need experience and so forth, give me a call, 07778 58 440. Thanks very much for watching. If you want further information or a free prospectus, click on the link in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you very much.